Okay. Welcome. Come on in, tell a friend. All black everything. We back. We back with the new series. We've been lied to slash. Did you know? Yes, we back. Like I say, when the world was black. Ooh, I know that hurt some people. That touched some nerves, but it's all true. We don't do nothing but share and talk about the truth, even though it may hurt. I don't know why the truth would hurt. It means you against the true nature of things. You got to deal with it. When the world was black, we're getting right back where we left off. Beautiful information in here, y'all. Do your own research, though. It's all verifiable. We were talking about who are the real savages in the last one, so we're going to continue. It says, so what happened to us? We continue. What happened to us? Simple. We fell victim. Poverty and oppression changed our cultures drastically. Many of us are in plain survival mode, while others are just not trying because we've lowered our standards for ourselves and each other. So prevalent nowadays. You don't even know who you are. It's a damn shame. We can actually compare photos and sketches of indigenous cultures from the 1800s and 1900s, excuse me, illustrating the gradual change that occurred among people like the Fuegians of South America. The oldest accounts of the Fuegians describe them as a respectable people who often intimidated Europeans with their strength, endurance, commitment to the protection of their women, and their high moral standards, which, you know, unfortunately, Europeans lack, and they show it every day. Some of these people were so revered that they became the subject of myth and mystery. Yet, less than 100 years later, photos revealed the Fuegians in a state of morbid disrepair. Their hair is unkempt, their faces dirty, they look broken. Who broke them? I wonder. They've been living in this area for thousands of years, and they were just fine until, well, So, when we look at so called primitive people throughout the world, keep in mind that these people are often the direct descendants of the original people who actually built that country's first civilization. These lawless people who were once that society's lawgivers, they've been, excuse me, marginalized, vilified, and forced to live on the fringes, surviving in the forests and mountains of the lands where they once built thriving ancient civilizations. This is just one of the many reasons why many have the wrong idea about who is savage and who is civilized. Another issue is our lack of consensus on what civilization means to begin with. Got to come to a clear understanding of what that even is. What is a civilization anyway? The backwards model. In school, you may have been taught that the developments we associate with modern civilization were improvements over the older models of human society. That is, we got better or became more advanced over time. We're taught that crude, primitive societies evolved into modern society, which really just means Western society. The point of this curriculum was to ingrain in your mind that the apex or height of all civilization was modern Europe and by extension America. Basically, the ultimate goal of all historical development was to produce sophisticated Western culture, which is interesting because how could Western civilization describe such distant places like as Berlin, America, and Australia easily? It's because Western means white and primitive means everyone else. You gotta learn what these words mean, man, and how they use them. It's the English language. We didn't make it up. We didn't give it to ourselves. Our language was stolen, remember? Beaten out of us. All kind of treacherous stuff so that we wouldn't speak our native tongue. Unless one chooses to live in a state of unconsciousness and alienation, one cannot live without memory or with a memory that belongs to someone else. And history is the memory of nations. And thus, we come to the formidable question of mythology. African historian Joseph Key Zerabal. So, this way of teaching history is really a platform for advancing the standards of Western civilization over the models of living that worked everywhere else in the world for hundreds of thousands of years. Johnny come lately, you want to come change everything. Come on, man. Come on. You want to usurp the land and, you know what I'm saying, nature. You can't do that. You just got here. You don't own nothing. How you gonna own land and own the air and own water? Come on, man. That's ridiculous. That stuff was here millions of years prior to you coming here. It's gonna be here millions of years after you gone. You can't own this shit. You just a part of it. Better learn something. That's why you know what I'm saying. You against nature. You against yourself. And nature laws always beat man laws. Let's make that clear too. Nature laws will always trump man-made laws. Better get it right. And the implication of, excuse me, is that the indigenous cultures that came before the Western world's rise to dominance and failed to receive the the bounties of Western influence are primitive and backwater. So, in a nutshell, history class taught you that you are the descendants of savages, and white people were the teachers of all humanity. And very untrue. Stolen history, stolen legacy. Get into it. Where it at? It's over here somewhere over yonder. But if we critically re examine the historical record, we know this timeline is more backward than the movie Memento. I call it the backwards model of history because it starts with whatever white people are doing now, and it takes for granted that those are best practices. Then it works backwards to show how those things came to be. And we're gonna leave it right there, keep it short for you. But when the world was black, oh man, oh man, it gets beautiful, even more so. We're gonna come back with the original motto. When the world was black, this is all black everything. Think it's flight. Big dreams, many streams. Like you share, subscribe it. Thumbs up like hitchhiking. Let's go. Get it through the algorithms. Sharing that information. Do your own research though. It's a powerful, powerful book right there. I love it. Look at it. Yeah. Peace and love, y'all. And we out. But we be back.